Welcome to day 2 of Zero Waste, and today is very exciting because I'm going to be giving you guys a zero waste house tour. When I was researching for this challenge, I came across this blog. It is called Conscious by Chloé. It's going to be linked below. But she had an entire zero waste Portland guide, and she also offers tours of her house through Airbnb Experience. She graciously is going to be giving me a tour of her house today. I thought this would be really cool to show you guys what an actual zero waster lives like. I'm going to head there now, and I am very, very excited.
Hi, my name is Chloé Lepelletier. I'm the author of the sustainable lifestyle blog Conscious by Chloé, which is a platform where I share ways to make your life simpler, greener, and happier. I've embarked on the zero waste journey 4 years ago when I moved to the US, and it's been reinforced ever since I moved to Portland, Oregon 3 years ago. How I like to start the tour is just by showing you my living room. As you can see, there's tons of plants, and I think it's a great natural way to make your house greener and healthier. Most of the things that I have here since I moved from Europe, it's either secondhand or vintage.
In general, with your living room, you wouldn't ever purchase anything that's made from plastic? And do you try to do wood, or?
I just try to think twice. If I have to buy something that's plastic, for example, the music,
okay,
whatever.
like your speakers.
Speakers, yeah, things have to be made in plastic. But if I can look for another option, I'm definitely gonna try and do that. You would imagine like a zero waster's pantry looks like.
Okay.
So we're lucky here in Portland to have tons of places where you can shop in bulk. Pretty much my shopping list is whatever's empty I'm gonna bring to the store and fill up. There's things that I buy that are already packaged or processed. Usually I try to look for glass jars. If I buy cans, I'm gonna try to find some that are BPA free, because cans are usually lined with plastic anyways. First, I try to shop in bulk, and then I try to find something that's either gonna be reusable or recyclable. There's a couple of things that I also used to buy and ended up making myself. I'm definitely not a cook, and I definitely don't have the time to be cooking all day long because I have a day job. But for example, vanilla extract is the easiest thing to do ever.
Oh, really?
You just take a container, fill it up with vodka, and put a couple vanilla beans in it and just let it sit.
When you do buy spices, you would try to get them in glass?
Yeah, for sure. So usually I do buy them so that I have the container, and then if I ever find it in bulk, I'm just gonna refill that one. It's reusable food wrap. Okay. Just to avoid using plastic cling wrap. It's very easy to do. You just take a metal tray, put it in your oven, spread the fabric on top of it, and then sprinkle some beeswax or some soy wax on it and put it at a very low setting in the oven. Wait for it to melt, and then use, I don't know, an old toothbrush, just spread the wax on it.
That's cool that you can do soy.
I had those comments from readers who were like, do you have a vegan option? I make candles at home, and I had some soy wax on. I was like, I'm gonna try it. It's true that it sticks a little less than the beeswax. I think I have half an avocado, half an onion. Yeah, avocado in there and there. Yeah, we replaced most of what we have with glass containers. Here we have compost pickup, but people are not always excited to have something smelly in their house. So a great way is just to put your compost in the freezer.
Oh, cool.
And whenever it's filled, like, you know, throw it away in your garden. I used to be a member of a CSA. But the pickup location was 20 minutes away. There's a little farmer's market in the summer 2 blocks down from my home.
Oh, nice.
So I do go there in the summer, and I love the idea of supporting, you know, the local economy in general.
And you showed me this earlier, but this is a zucchini from your neighbor's yard?
I know. They went on holiday and they were like, definitely go into our garden, otherwise it's just going to fill the
That
squirrels.
is huge.
It's
like
gigantic.
my hand for comparison. So these are just more grains and things that you keep in bulk.
Yeah, things to make our bread or, you know. Those are most of the products that I use to make my own cleaners.
Okay.
Experiment with making my own cosmetic. There's 100 recipes and DIYs online, and I just eventually narrowed them down to things that I could remember. For example, my cleaning product is 50% water, 50% white vinegar, a couple drops of essential oils.
Oh, that's what we use too.
It.
Yeah.
The beeswax I mentioned earlier, some clay, some butters, candles.
Do you make all of your own cleaning products?
So laundry detergents, they sell it in bulk in my co-op, so I just refill a bottle. I use white vinegar as well to rinse, and Castile soap. Those are the 3 bottles of the products I use most of the time. Cool. I once downloaded that app called Think Dirty. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It will label which products are toxic, correct? Or like rate them on a scale, I think.
Right. I decided that some of them I was not going to get rid of right away because I couldn't find an alternative. I kept. But most of them I just got rid of. And I was like, I'm either gonna try and make them myself or just never use them again, or find a brand that I can trust. We don't have a lot in there. We use Nalum Stone as deodorant. We do wear contacts when we go hiking, swimming, whatever, but most of the time we try not to use things that are disposable. We make our own little room spray. Just put some water and couple drops of essential oils. Latest recipe that I've tried, it's a mouthwash, water, some tea tree oil, some mint oil, and also some baking soda.
Oh, very cool.
And it's really minty, really fresh. We talk a lot usually in the zero waste world of replacing plastic toothbrushes with bamboo ones. This is not a great example of it. I have receding gums or something, so my dentist told me to go back to an electric toothbrush, and then, you know, sometimes you go traveling, you forget your toothbrush and you're gonna buy the one that's there, so you know, it just happened to be a plastic one. We do make our own tooth powder. We try to make toothpastes, so coconut oil based with, you know, a little baking soda and whatnot. I mean, we've had that experience where, you know, the container would leak.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We're not doing that anymore. We just switched to a powder. We use solid shampoo.
Oh, okay.
Again, because we travel a lot, so we're just looking for something that's going to be convenient, and if it's not liquid, it's better. And whenever we travel, we do have these little metal containers where we just like put a little piece of each, and that's all we need.
When you purchase linens and things, do you try to purchase things that are all cotton or that don't have a plastic blend? Or
I would love to be able to do that, but I don't have the budget to get
it's very expensive.
Organic linen or whatnot. So for now we're just doing whatever we have.
So I know some people, this whole like lifestyle and house may be completely different from where they live, and it may seem like impossible to get there. What are some easy switches or tips that you would have for someone?
A great way to start your zero waste journey is just to take a look at your trash. People call that a trash audit. Just try to find that one thing that you might be able to replace by something sustainable. Some people start with a toothbrush, replacing your plastic toothbrush with a bamboo one. Try to make your own milk if you drink nut milk. Look for a recipe or a DIY, something very simple. My journey to zero waste was step by step. I started with minimalism. Eventually, when I moved here to the US, I realized that I wanted to know where my food came from. I just decided to bring my own containers, go to the store and fill up my jars with whatever I was gonna eat. I'm by no means zero waste. I mean, there's a lot of talk within the movement to talk about low waste rather than zero waste, because I do have a trash can. I do still produce waste, and I don't really feel bad about it. It's just I'm more conscious about my impact on the planet now. It's the 21st century, and at some point you're gonna be creating some waste.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I am totally aware that I'm privileged to be living in Portland, where anyone can become a zero waster. There's tons of resources, from buying tofu in bulk to buying cashew milk in bulk, traveling a lot because of my work, or just going back to France once a year to visit my family. I realized that I live in a bubble. It's not a lifestyle that's available to everyone. And also, I do realize that it takes time to make your own things or to look for those resources. Some people have 9-to-5 jobs and definitely don't have the time or maybe the money as well to do that, because some of the products that you might want to invest in to live a so-called zero waste or sustainable lifestyle are pricey. I'm going to be saving money in the long run, but that first investment, that first commitment is gonna cost you some money for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
I made myself a fancy-ish burrito bowl with some leftover beans, so some of that quinoa that I made earlier, some kale from the farmer's market, some corn that I got last week at the farmer's market, some of those tomatoes, and then I made like a cilantro, pepper, garlic, pumpkin seed kind of sauce. And then I also added some of this salsa from a glass jar that was in my fridge from Thrive Market. I really enjoyed going to Chloe's house. I feel like it was kind of refreshing to see that even though she gives zero waste house tours and has so much knowledge, she even still has like some instances of plastic in her life. Some people are scared to try out zero waste because you think you have to be perfect. And I think that's kind of what I thought going into this. The more I look into it and the more I talk to people or research other things online, I realize that no one is perfect and everyone has some amount of plastic in their life. And it really is about like doing the best that you can. Just the fact of being aware of the amount of waste and trying to reduce it as much as possible does so much. I definitely want to talk about plastic more and like why it's problematic and stuff, but I think this video segment is already getting long enough. I'll see where this week takes me. I definitely want to go outside of the food realm too. It is only day 2, so I don't really think I should give any concluding thoughts yet. I'm gonna eat my burrito bowl and I will see you in the next video starting with day 3. Okay, I'm gonna eat now. Bye. The thing that sucks is I don't know how to get mint that's not wrapped in plastic.